What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, starting off here today, we have our three workout plan. Whatever age you are, whether you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, I'm gonna tell you guys some motivational stuff, type you up, but also just mainly talk about the finer details of basketball to help you out today. All right, today is a Tuesday, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are our team days. All right, so listen carefully, follow close attention so that you can improve your team readiness, I guess, for the season, for your career, or whatever you happen to be doing. All right. First of all, our quote of the day is "Be here now." All right. Be here now. I would say that that's like being in the moment. All right. Because so many times are we thinking about outside stuff. All right, we're thinking about stuff that happens before workouts, thinking about stuff that happens after workouts, thinking about stuff that may not happen at all in life. Like you're just like worrying about stuff in general, right? You want to be here now. I have a lot of I tell kids to come early so that they can like focus on stuff. I tell kids to come early so that they can like be prepared and stuff. But mainly I tell them to come early so that they can get all that talking out of the way. All right. So I want them to get all the how are you doing? How was that test today? Did you see that hot girl that passed by earlier? I want to get them to get that out of the way because for the 1 hour that we work out or whatever it may be, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever it may be, I want them to be all in and all focused for our thing that we're doing at that point in time. All right. So it's be here now. All right. And you should be thinking about like just the person that you're working out with or just the drill that you're working on, your footwork. All right. Just focus on that one thing. And your ability to focus will help you for the games because most people are focused for the games. But what happens in the games is your mind, it can't really handle it because you're not used to focusing that hard. Now, some people don't focus for the games, and those people are trash, whatever. All right. But when you try your hardest to focus for an entire game, try your hardest to dissect the defense, to figure out what they're doing, and you really, really care about the game, you're gonna fall short because you haven't practiced doing that. All right. It's not just an average, ordinary thing for you. It's a special thing, which is why you think that games are the end all be all, right? Which is cool, but it's not cool because you aren't playing your best basketball because you're trying to focus. All right. Which what you need to do is for every single workout, every single practice, every single live stream, every single everything, you need to be here now. All right. Now, when you're planning for something, of course, you're thinking about the future. When you're maybe like writing a speech, you can be thinking about the past. All right. But when you're in the moment, you don't have to always be in the moment, but when you're in the moment on the basketball court, great things happen. So be here now is just it just means that you have extreme focus. There's no sidebars, no side chatter. There's nothing that is taking your mind off of the object at hand. And once you practice that, you can apply it to games so easily, seamlessly, that you can focus on extra things outside of that. All right, like manipulating their defense so that you can like beat it in special ways now because you're already honed in. Now you can go to another deeper level and pick them apart like you're LeBron James or someone. All right, let's go with the workouts now. We have elementary school, one-on-one cutthroat. All right, that's just playing one-on-one up top. They throw the ball to you, you close out, and then 3 dribbles to score. If you make it, you go again. If you don't make it, it's their turn, and other people can be on the baseline waiting to come in. End of play scenarios. Whatever your end of play scenario happens to be, you want that so that if you happen to have like 10 seconds on the shot clock, everyone knows what you're going to do. All right. You have a special play at the end of play scenarios. You have a special play in mind that you're going to do if there's 10 seconds on the clock, 15 seconds on the clock. Okay. So that everyone knows exactly what they're doing in this very, very crucial time. So you don't have to call timeouts. Ours is 180 to tangent. We go handoff to 180, which is a double pick up top, come off the screen, split that. Other 2 guys are in the corner, and then try to create off that dribble drive for the other 4 opportunities. Then double the post on the dribble is the next one. All right, when someone's in the post and they catch the ball, look toward the middle. You don't want to come right away. That's too easy a pass. You want to wait. The defender should be guarding him, but no help side needs to come until that person actually takes a dribble. All right, and when that person takes one dribble, the help side should come not from directly in front of him because his eyes can see your man, not from the top side. All right, the help side should come from the opposite post side, and then someone should cover down to guard that guy's man. All right, so you should be helping from the weak side, and when you help come over with your like if the defender is on, I'm sorry, if the person with the ball is on this side of your body, you want to reach with this hand, point to his chest, and go straight down with it. The person guarding him just wants to have his hand straight up. All right, and again, the timing of it is when the guy makes a dribble, then you come because picking up a ball, passing it is not a very big man skill thing to do. Most big men can't do that. All right, next one is outlet pass back to the sideline. Whenever you go for the outlet passes, make sure that your butt is to the sideline so that you can see up the court and down the court. All right, you want to sprint out and then you want to be in a defensive stance on offense, basically, okay? And have your hands up, and you want to scream, outlet, all right? You want to be about 3 feet away from the sideline so that you're not going out of bounds. But you want to be toward the sideline so you can see as many people as possible. If you're in the middle of the court, you can't see the ball and see behind you at the same time. And you're looking up the court because you want to be able to see if a defender's right in front of you about to take a charge, about to go for the steal, so you can step to the ball. Also, if your offensive players are open down the court. Also, where the path of least resistance is for your first dribble. All right. So those are what you have to do for that. Next one. And miss free throws on purpose. We talked about it a few weeks ago where I say that you should throw a bank shot up, high arcing, not too high, and aim for the right-hand side if you're right-handed, left-hand side if you're left-handed, to ensure that the ball does not go in, but that it takes a pretty crazy bounce. This is similar to how football players do onside kicks. They kick the top of the ball and make it flip, hit the bottom, hit the ground first, and then flip up in a weird way so that it's not easily caught. You want to create that same situation with the high arc so that and hit the backboard, then the rim so that it spins off weird, but also spins off high so that all of your teammates can have a chance of getting it, not just the inside players, but now your teammates also have a chance. And if you're down by 2, you need to get that rebound, go up strong, try to get fouled. They should be trying to avoid you. If you need a 3-point shooters need to be flaring outside fast so that you're not dribbling out to try to shoot a 3. You're passing out because there's probably like 3 seconds left or something. You want to miss the free throw on purpose if you're down by 2 with 1 free throw left. And there's less than I would say 5 seconds left on the clock. All right. Anyways, next one is 10 plus seconds down by 3 with free throws. 10 plus seconds down by 3 with free throws. That means that there's more than 10 seconds, so no backcourt violations that is gonna happen. But it's around 14 seconds or so, let's say. So you're down by 3 with free throws. If you miss both free throws, you need to foul them right away. The more seconds on the clock, the better. Don't go for a steal. Don't wait for them to pass. Nothing. Don't mess with that. Foul them right away if you're down by 3. Similarly, if you're down by 2 and you know that they can shoot free throws. If they can't shoot free throws, you can kind of mess with the time a little bit. But now if you're down by 1, you're going to get a shot either way. I say trap them, go for the steal. And if the guy looks like he's about to pass it, go for that steal. And then once he passes one time, then you can make a foul. Now you have 8 seconds left or so with the free throw. And worst case scenario, you're down by 3, and then you can come down the court and shoot. But I would say, that's if you miss the free throw. You're not missing on purpose. So you were trying to tie the game and you missed it. So now you're down by 1. Don't foul them right away. So that needs to probably be something that you talk about beforehand, that you practice on. And in this case, we would be talking about it in practice if we had practice, but we don't. We have a pandemic. It is what it is. All right. We'll be back on the court soon enough, guys. This thing won't last forever. Guarantee, I think. Anyways, I guess we're going to find out about the election today. If any of you little kids voted, let me know in the comment section. Let me know who you're voting for. You guys can't vote? Too bad for you. All right. Anyways, next things up. We have our middle school drills. I'm going to go through this faster, and then our high school drills, then the motivational quote. Middle school drills, we have swoop, layup, chase, athletic, rebound, put back, meet the post on the break, all out deny great players, miss free throws on purpose, with the late game situation with the lead. The other one is when you need to score. On this one, the miss free throw on purpose is if you're up by 4 and you don't want them to get a timeout and then go down the court and do something crazy. You can even do it if you're up by 3. And so it's a weird thing where missing a free throw while you're ahead is actually going to benefit you. It's very, very rare, but I would say if they have no timeouts and you're up by 3, would be a great time to miss. Or you're up by 2. There you go. If you're up by 2 and they have no timeouts, that's a great time to miss a free throw on purpose. Because if you make the free throw, you're up by 3, then they get the ball. They can now take their time and throw it long. They might be able to luck up a shot and beat you. And that's if there's like 2 seconds left, right? But if there's like 2 seconds left and you're up by, again, if you're up by 2, you could miss the free throw. And now they get the ball. What's up, Leandre? Now they get the ball. And they are now full court. Now they have to throw up a full court shot to try to beat you. You can just put your hands up. All right. Sorry, I am late. It is okay that you are late. All right. Anyways, but that does bring me to my again. The quote of the day is to be here now. So hey, you're here now. Focus. All right. Be here now. And then the last one would be 10 plus seconds down by 3, based on out of bounds. All right. 10 plus seconds down by 3 baseline out of bounds. If you're baseline out of bounds, get the ball in bounds. You don't need a quick shot if you're down by 3 because there's like 14 seconds to go. All right. You want to work for the best shot. If you are open, you can take it. But I would say with 14 seconds left down by 3, you can drive in to get a foul or to get a layup. If you can score a quick, good. If you happen to drive and they close in and you happen to have an open shot, take it. All right. You can cake it out for an open 3, but you do not need a 3 with this. Now, if they play good defense and you can't get a shot up within like the first 5 seconds or so, now you do need a 3-pointer. So again, this would be something that we would work on during practice. All right, but we don't have practice. All right. Next thing that is next. Let's just go through the high school workouts, then I'll talk about the quote, then I'll talk about something else. High school workouts. We have 1-on-1, 5 seconds from half. Dylan and I did this one, or Sway and I did this one. And we noticed on his court, it's hard to go super fast because his court is kind of slippery when you should get inside the key. All right. But I talked about it, and you have to get up to full speed. If you're a 1-on-1 full court, you got to get up to full speed. And then I went at him, and he kind of like flinched. And that's because I weigh so much. And if he gets in front of me, I'm knocking him over. Yes. So, and that's where LeBron James just dominates people on the downhill going full court. So when you're going full court against someone, get up to full speed and they won't be able to stop you. It's a really hard play, but you have to get up to full speed. And once they stop your direction, now just change direction. As a defender, that's all that you could do. Change their direction, make them go the other way. And then once they do, sprint and change it again. Try to buy as much time as you can until your defense comes back. Next one is 3-on-3, no dribbles. Post positioning on the swing. We did post positioning on the swing, and his positioning kind of sucked. He forgot about it again. I talked to him about this, and this is the big difference between being on varsity and not being on varsity. It's the positioning. Like, you might be better than some players, but if you don't understand where to stand, why to stand, like the plays and things like that, you're gonna be on JV first, or even like freshman, or even cut, because you're not as experienced. So out of the things like this, you have to understand them faster. And when we practice them, he doesn't quite get it as much as he would get it during a game, which is where the experience comes into play. So during the game, he would stand out of position, and then they would get mad at him, take him out the game. He's embarrassed in front of all his friends, his dad, everything like that. And then he gets mad at himself and he learns it. During practice, if he messes up, none of that other stuff happens and he just forgets about it. So I tried to scar him today. And actually, I hit him in the chest to try to make him remember this. All right. Because you have to remember it to apply it for the games. You can't just keep forgetting what I tell you every single day. All right. Next thing. Intentional foul. That is when you foul someone, foul them on purpose, but you must not say that you're fouling on purpose. So tell a ref that you want to foul if you need a foul at the end of games, and then you go for the ball. You can't foul someone without the ball, or else it's a 2-shot foul plus the ball. All right, so you don't want to mess that up. If we want to foul on purpose, we can foul on purpose for several reasons. If we are down by too many points toward the end of the game, we want to foul. If we possibly need fouls to give, which is our next one, fouling with fouls to give. So if we have maybe only 2 fouls for the game and they don't shoot free throws till 7 fouls, but there's like 2 minutes to go and we're down, we might need you guys to foul really quickly with like 2 minutes to go, and then we can play regular defense. So we can get that foul number up to about 5 or 6, just in case we need to send them to the line with 20 seconds to go. You don't want to try to do that at the end of games, all right, where it's like way later, because then every foul that you do takes off time on the clock. You need that time sometimes. All right, and then the last one is up by 5 with 3 minutes left. Make sure that you're still running offense, but that you're not taking quick first shots, not taking stupid fast breaks, not gambling on defense, but you also aren't wasting time. You're still being attacking, but it's just not the first time that you catch the ball. You're still trying to create. You're still being aggressive. You need to do all the things that you did to get that you must do all the things that you did that got you to the point of where you wanted to be in the first place, or where you were in the first place. So you're up on them anyway, so you're the better team. Keep executing. Don't just stop and try to pass the ball and waste time, because that's when big steals can happen, big plays change. All right, motivational story is always say yes when people ask you to play. Whether you're tired, a little busy, not good enough, or in jeans, it's the ones who always say yes who succeed the most. All right, since never playing is the easiest way to become the worst player, playing all the time is logically the best way to become the best player. All right. And for that one, always say yes. I have not been able to do that in the past few years, actually, because I'm getting too old to always say yes. But when I was younger, I would always say yes. And I mean younger, like before I was 35, always say yes to any game ever. You could never get me to say no. I would play no matter what. I never wore jeans, actually. I got made fun of for always wearing shorts. And they said, why are you wearing shorts? Because I'm like, never know when there's a basketball game. I never owned a pair of sandals until I was like 36 years old, because I always wore shoes just in case there was a basketball game. I was always ready to play. And when I first moved here to open my program, I asked, we only have 4 players one game. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll go find a player. And I asked him, kid, I didn't ask him. I said, hey, kid, we need a player. Come on. And I had already turned around thinking that he was going to run after me, because he had just finished playing a game. And then he calls me back and goes, oh, no, I don't want to play. And I was like, what? And it just shocked me. I had never heard about that. I thought he was going to be like, it was like I was handing someone $20. And I know actually in this neighborhood, they may not take it. But most people would be like, yes, no questions asked. I'll take $20 from you. But this kid was like, nah. And I think most of our players are like that too, because when we have games, players don't show up. And they're like, oh, I was doing this. Oh, I didn't feel like it. Oh, I was scared. I'm like, what? So always saying yes to games. I mean, it's not a given, but for me, it was always a given. I always say yes. With that said, I told you guys a story last time about this movie called Gattaca. All right. And in the movie, these people, they, how do I say it? They made society only pick the best people genetically. So they would make you like take like a cotton swab in your mouth, and they could tell whether you were probably going to die when you're 40, or probably going to like have drug problems, or probably going to like whatever, right? It's not guaranteed, but you're more likely to. That's a real thing, by the way. I mean, like genetically, if your dad was an alcoholic, you might be an alcoholic, right? Or like if your dad was fat, you're going to be fat. And if you're fat, you're more likely to have a heart attack. Well, in this movie, people started hiring based off of that. And then people started having babies, manipulating that. And they would make it so that they would go in to the mom and they would pick out the best sperm so you can have the best baby, right? But this one family was like, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do it the old way. And they had a baby just the regular way. And then they tested the baby to see if he was going to die early, and he was. He was supposed to die when he was like 30 something. And they were just so sad that their baby was going to be weak, right? And so they had another baby, but they did it the new special way. And this baby was like the perfect baby, right? These kids grow up together. The perfect one was taller. The perfect one was better at sports. The perfect one was all this stuff. And this one was always like the worst one in class, the worst at sports, everything. But he wanted to be an astronaut. And the other one, he could be anything he wanted to be. So he chose to be a cop. But this one wanted to be an astronaut. But the astronaut system doesn't let you in unless you're one of the perfect people. If you have the blood type, they check your blood, they check everything about you. It turns out that this guy got into a car accident, and he's an Olympian, and he hurt his back, so he couldn't move anymore. So he wanted someone to pay him for his blood, and that was the guy that he worked with. And this guy took his identity, and he got into NASA to become a space engineer off this guy's identity. But he still did all the work. He was the fastest in his class. He was the smartest. He worked the hardest, and he was the number one guy, even though he was supposed to die. He also never died early. He beat the odds because he was healthy, right? And his brother went off to be a cop. And then all of a sudden, they start investigating like the place, and then they found this guy, and his brother found him, and his brother was like, "You shouldn't be here. I thought we thought that you were dead," and all this other stuff. And I forgot. Before that, here's the end of the story. The two brothers were growing up, and one day, they used to always swim out to the ocean. They would swim out to the ocean, and they would see who could swim the furthest without giving up. All right, and whoever gave up first lost. And the perfect brother would always win, always win, always win, until one day when they were 18 years old, the slower brother won. And he was like, "I beat you." And he left home, never saw them again until that day when, as a cop, he came up upon his brother. He's like, "What are you doing here? You shouldn't be an astronaut. You don't belong in here. You're not like us." And he goes, "I'm not like you." He goes, "Because I don't need saving like you need a saving." Because when they had that last race, his brother almost drowned, and he had to go in and save his brother, right? And that was when he left. So he goes, "No, no, 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 no. You didn't save me. I beat myself." And he goes, "No, I beat you." And he goes, "You want me to prove it to you again?" I goes, "I'll race you again." He goes, "Yeah, let's do it." So they actually raced as adults, and they went out there in the ocean. They went out there. They were swimming. And the perfect brother was like, we're too far away from the shore. He goes, "No, are you chicken?" And he goes, "No." So then they kept racing, and they get further and further away into the ocean. And then the guy goes, "We're way too far away from the shore." And he goes, "I'm going back." He goes, "No, it's closer to the other side now. We're past that point. Keep going." And he's like, "I can't." So he turns around and he runs and starts swimming the other way, but then he starts drowning again. And so the slower brother turns around and he saves his brother again. And then the brother goes, How are you beating me? You're not supposed to be perfect. How?" And he goes, "It's because I never saved." He goes, "You want to know how?" He goes, "Because I never saved enough energy for the swim back." He was willing to die. But I told that story before to some players, and there's one part that I neglected to mention. There's a part where he says, "We're closer to the other side, so we might as well keep going." Because if you're in between like two pieces of land and you're closer to this side, it's harder to go back than it is to go forward. But right when he said that in the movie, he's like, "What? What other side?" And that brought up a comment that goes, he was lying. The guy in the lead was lying. There was no other side. He told himself that there was another side. He was lying to himself so that he could just go. It's an ocean. The other side is the Atlantic. Like it's 1,000 miles away. There is no other side. And he was lying to himself. And he said, "No, we're closer to the other side." And he forgot that he was like lying to himself. He said to his brother. His brother was like, "What? There is no other side." So in life, we sometimes have to lie to ourselves like that. So if you're a little bitty short player and you can't make the NBA, sometimes you have to lie about it. All right. You have to work so hard that you can reach the other side. And the other side for you guys is the NBA. Go for it. Go for the other side. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. That's your perfection. All right. Every game that you shoot a shot, you should be going for make 20 in a row. You're not going for, let me see if I can make half my shots. No, you go for perfection. All right, you go for the other side. And if someone looks at you and goes, "There is no other side, there is no perfection," just look at them like they're crazy. All right. And not Derek, I think it was Derek Jeter. No, Alex Rodriguez. He's a baseball player. His goal was to have the perfect game. He wanted to bat 4 for 4. He wanted to catch every ball perfect, throw every ball perfect, also get the right positioning on every single play, every single second. So he was trying to be here now. Every single second of the game, he wanted perfect. And after his 15th year in the league, he said that story that was his goal, was to have every game perfect, every single second perfect. And they said, wow, how many games have you had like that in your Hall of Fame career? And he goes, 0. I'm still looking for the first one. All right. So for you guys, be here now, every single second. Go for the perfection. All right. Try to reach the other side of that vast ocean, and don't give up, because the guy behind you, he's going to give up. He's not willing to work that hard. All right. You're probably not better than 50% of your friends, but how many of them are willing to go past high school to try? Just try. How many of them are going to work out for 3 hours a day and just try? How many of them are going to do sprints outside of practice? How many of them are going to lift weights outside of practice? They're not. So even if they're better, you can catch them. They're going to let you catch them. All right. And if you keep going, some are going to be like, well, you know what? I can't make the NBA. I'm going to quit, because they're not okay with making D2 or D3. So they're going to give you their spots as long as you don't quit. And you keep going. And then when you make it, I'm sorry. And when you make it, and you're that D3 player that now makes a D1 team, and then you're a D1 player who gets a trial for the NBA, they're going to say all these stories about you like, dude, in high school, I was better than that guy. Who cares? They gave up. You didn't. You kept running your race. And when they stopped, because of whatever reasons, you kept going. All right. So that's what I want you guys to do, is to never give up, to keep going, and visualize something in the end. All right. I played Sway again 1-on-1. I beat him twice yesterday, but he beat me the first time, and I don't get beat, man. And I told him, I do not ever get mad. Even when I'm like yelling, I'm pretend mad. But I asked him, I said, how mad do you think I was that you beat me? And he's like, a 4 out of 10, maybe? I was like, no, 10 out of 10. And I was seriously mad. Very, very, very mad. I even showed up to his house before the workout to shoot warm-up shots. So I wanted to play him again. I thought about it beforehand. I mean, like, seriously, I was so happy to play him. And then my goal, and I told him this afterwards, even though I shouldn't have, it's going to make it harder for me, but whatever, I don't care. My goal was to beat him 7-0 today. Since he beat me yesterday, I wanted to beat him 7-0 today. But not just today. I wanted to beat him tomorrow 7-0, the next day 7-0. I want to beat him 7 straight days 7-0. Even though he's really, really quick, he's hard to keep up to. I'm old, but I'm just so big and strong. I should beat him. All right. And I know I shouldn't act like this. When I was telling him I want to beat him that badly, he like rolled his eyes. He was like, oh my God, shut up, John. Like, dude, but I'm that kind of competitiveness. And I don't like it. I don't like losing. And yeah, so we're going to see if he can beat me. And I'll tell you guys how he does every day, okay? I'm going for 7 straight days. 7-0 is my goal. If he scores 1 point on me, I'm going to be mad. All right, period. All right? And if he beats me, I'll be honest. All right, so we'll see if he has it in him. And I'm going my absolute hardest. So if he beats me now, he already has 1 win on me, but he gets to hold it in his possession forever. All right, I don't know what that means to him, but whatever. And I think after he plays me a lot, well, I'm going to try to challenge every single day. After he plays me a lot, I think it's going to be really easy for him to play high school basketball. Even if I beat him every day, he's going to be a better high school basketball player than that. I'm going to do the isolation workout today. Okay, I'll see you online then, man. All right, if you guys are doing the isolation workout, make sure that you log in on time so I can see you. We will be at Tice Valley doing our workout inside, and we will with Finn. Okay, and we will have it online for anyone who's not there. So if you want to log on, it's 50allstars.com and type and click on the 5 p.m. isolation workout link, and you can join us. This is the last month for the online workouts. After this month, we aren't doing the online workouts anymore, just in person and just when I come to your house. So there you go. All right, you guys, have a great day. Don't forget, keep going for your dreams and never give up. All right. Anyways, peace.